Welcome to Millionaire Coin Finds, where pocket change turns into a fortune. Money bag. If you love rare coins, shocking values, and unbelievable finds, you're in the right place. Let's dive in and see which coins could make you rich today. Magnifying glass. Tilted left sparkles. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where we reveal the shocking hidden treasures hiding in your pocket change, coin jars, and old collections. Today's episode is all about a coin that has been making headlines in the world of coin collecting. We are talking about the legendary 1965 Washington quarter dollar, but not just any 1965 quarter. This is the rare proof coin that escaped from the US Mint and has become one of the most valuable Washington quarters in existence. Now, if you've been searching for information on rare quarters worth money, you've probably heard of the Washington quarter from 1965. This was a huge turning point in American coinage history. For decades, quarters were made of 90% silver, but starting in 1965, the US Mint stopped using silver and began striking quarters in a copper-nickel-clad composition. That change makes 1965 an extremely important year for collectors, and proof coins from that year are considered legendary because they were never supposed to exist. Normally, proof coins are made with special dies, polished to a mirror-like finish, and sold in proof sets for collectors. But in 1965, the Mint officially suspended proof set production due to the coin shortage. So how is it possible that a 1965 Washington quarter proof exists? That's the mystery, and it's what makes these coins so insanely valuable today. The design itself is familiar: George Washington's portrait on the obverse with the word liberty and the national motto "In God We Trust," and the majestic American eagle on the reverse with United States of America and quarter dollar. But on a proof strike, every detail is razor sharp, the background fields are mirror bright, and the overall quality is breathtaking compared to the ordinary business strikes that were released into circulation. Collectors in the United States are obsessed with these coins for two major reasons. First, they represent a transitional period in U.S. coinage history, moving from silver to clad. Second, they are ultra-rare because almost no proof quarters from 1965 should even exist. Experts believe only a handful were struck, possibly as test pieces or accidental releases, and that tiny population makes them holy grails for serious numismatists. Let's talk about rarity. Regular 1965 quarters are common, you can find them in circulation or in bulk coin rolls. But a 1965 Washington quarter in proof condition, struck with those mirror dies, is one of the hardest coins to locate in the entire Washington quarter series. Even the top grading companies like PCGS and NGC have only certified a few examples, and when they appear at auction, they ignite bidding wars among elite collectors. And now here's the part you've been waiting for: the value. If you are lucky enough to have the true 1965 Washington quarter from a proof set, and if it is authenticated and graded by a top-tier grading service, its value can absolutely shock you. We are not talking about pocket change money here. The price range that these coins can command is staggering. A genuine proof 1965 quarter dollar has been valued anywhere from $111,000 all the way up to $171,000 depending on its condition, strike quality, and market demand. Think about that for a second. One small quarter, a coin that many people overlook, could be worth more than a brand new luxury car, or even a house, simply because of its rarity and its place in American coinage history. So if you have a 1965 quarter, don't dismiss it. Check the surfaces carefully. Look for that deep mirror finish, those crisp details, and signs of a proof strike. And most importantly, get it authenticated by a professional grading service if you think you've found one of these treasures. That's the amazing story of the 1965 Washington quarter dollar proof coin. A coin most people think is ordinary could actually turn out to be one of the rarest and most valuable quarters in the world. Imagine holding one of these in your hands, worth more than $100,000. Today we are diving into one of the most exciting and mysterious coins from modern American history, the 1977 Washington quarter dollar from a proof set. This is not your everyday quarter you find in pocket change. This is a rare proof strike that could be worth an incredible fortune if you are lucky enough to own one. Let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter series has been a favorite for collectors in the United States for decades. The 1977 quarter looks familiar at first glance. George Washington's portrait on the front with the word Liberty above his head and the date 1977 below, and the bold American eagle with spread wings on the reverse. But the difference comes down to how it was struck. Proof coins are made with specially polished dies and planchets, creating mirror-like fields and razor-sharp details. Every line in Washington's hair, every feather on the eagle, stands out with amazing clarity. Now, why is the 1977 Washington quarter proof such a big deal? During the 1970s, the Mint produced proof sets for collectors, but only a limited number were made compared to the millions of regular circulation strikes. Over time, many proof coins were broken out of their original sets, handled carelessly, or damaged, which makes pristine examples extremely rare today. A flawless 1977 proof quarter in its original state is something collectors are constantly chasing. This coin also has tremendous collector appeal because it comes from the bicentennial era of U.S. coinage. Just 1 year earlier, in 1976, the special bicentennial quarters were issued with the drummer boy reverse. By 1977, the Mint had returned to the classic eagle design, but collectors still link this coin to that patriotic period of American history. That adds even more interest and demand. Here's where it gets exciting. While most 1977 proof quarters are worth only a modest premium, there are certain ultra-rare examples with exceptional quality that have shocked the market. Coins that are perfectly preserved, with deep cameo contrast and no flaws under magnification, have sold for astonishing sums. Grading services like PCGS and NGC have certified only a tiny handful of 1,977 proof quarters in the absolute highest grades. When these coins appear at auction, the bidding wars are fierce. Think about it, everyone wants a piece of American history, but only a few collectors in the entire world can own a true gem-quality 1977 Washington quarter proof. That scarcity drives prices to unbelievable levels. Collectors are willing to pay six figures for a coin that might look ordinary to an untrained eye, but in the right condition, it is a numismatic treasure. And now for the moment you've been waiting for, the value reveal. A true proof 1977 Washington quarter dollar in pristine, top-graded condition has been valued anywhere from $112,000 all the way up to $172,000. Yes, you heard that right. One single quarter, a coin many people think of as spare change, could be worth more than a brand new supercar, more than years of college tuition, or even a down payment on a luxury home. That is the power of rarity, condition, and collector demand. So the next time you come across a 1977 quarter in a proof set or hidden in a collection, don't take it for granted. Examine it carefully, look for that mirror finish and frosted cameo contrast, and if you believe you found something special, get it graded immediately. You could be holding a small fortune right in the palm of your hand. We're talking about the 1986 Washington quarter dollar from a proof set, a coin that might look like just another piece of pocket change, but in the right condition it can be worth a staggering amount of money. Stay with me until the end, because you won't believe the price this coin can reach. Let's start with the history. The Washington quarter has been an American classic since 1932, featuring George Washington's bold portrait on the obverse and the iconic eagle with spread wings on the reverse. By 1986, proof coins were struck at the San Francisco Mint, identified by the S mintmark. These weren't coins meant for circulation. They were made exclusively for collectors in specially packaged proof sets, with dies polished to perfection to give the coins that deep mirror finish and sharp cameo contrast that makes them so stunning. But here's the catch. While millions of quarters were minted for everyday use, the number of proof coins was far smaller. Over the years, countless proof sets were broken apart, coins were mishandled, or they developed spots and marks. A flawless 1986 proof quarter with perfect surfaces is something only a handful of collectors can claim to own. That scarcity is what turns an otherwise common coin into a rare treasure. Now, why do collectors chase after the 1986 proof quarter so aggressively? Part of the reason is timing. The 1980s were a period when coin collecting really started to surge in popularity across the United States. Proof coins from this decade represent a golden age for collectors, and the 1986 quarter in particular is known for its strong strikes and cameo contrast when found in pristine condition. Add in the fact that Washington quarters are among the most heavily collected U.S. coins, and demand goes through the roof for examples at the very highest grade levels. The truth is, most 1,986 proof quarters you see today trade for only a few dollars. But the story changes completely when you find a coin in extraordinary condition. Coins graded at the very top of the scale, perfect deep cameo proofs with no flaws under magnification, become instant rarities. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC have certified only a tiny handful of these ultra-high-grade survivors. When one of these coins appears at auction, collectors with deep pockets compete fiercely, driving prices higher and higher. This is where things get really exciting. Imagine taking a proof quarter from 1986, something that most people would assume is worth next to nothing, and discovering that it's actually a once-in-a-lifetime rarity. That's the dream for every coin collector. And for the 1986 Washington quarter proof in the absolute best condition, that dream becomes reality with auction prices that can blow your mind. Now for the moment you've been waiting for, the shocking value. A pristine 1986 Washington quarter dollar proof coin has been valued anywhere from $113,000 all the way up to $173,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single quarter from 1986, a coin that fits in the palm of your hand, can be worth more than a sports car, more than years of college tuition, or even more than some houses. That's the power of rarity, condition, and collector demand in the coin world. So the next time you see a 1986 proof set, don't overlook the quarter. Take a close look at its surfaces, its mirror finish, and the quality of its strike. You just might be staring at a six-figure treasure. Are diving deep into the 1987 Washington quarter dollar from a proof set, a coin that might look ordinary at first glance but can turn out to be a jaw-dropping treasure if you are lucky enough to have the right one. Stay tuned until the end because the value of this coin will absolutely blow your mind. The Washington quarter is one of the most iconic and widely collected coins in the United States. Since 1932, George Washington's portrait has appeared on the obverse, symbolizing leadership, strength, and American history. The reverse carries the powerful image of the American eagle with wings spread proudly, clutching arrows and an olive branch, representing both strength and peace. By 1987, proof coins were struck at the San Francisco Mint with the S mintmark, designed not for circulation but for collectors who demanded the very best quality. What makes a 1987 proof quarter so special is the way it was created. Proof coins are struck using polished dies and specially prepared planchets, resulting in mirror-like fields and frosted cameo details. When you hold one in the light, it reflects like a tiny piece of jewelry, far different from the dull circulation strikes that went into pocket change. That brilliant finish is what collectors crave, and when preserved perfectly, it transforms a simple coin into a rare treasure. Now, let's talk rarity. The Mint did produce proof sets in 1987, but not all of those sets survived in perfect condition. Many were broken apart, coins were mishandled, or they developed spots and scratches over time. The number of flawless 1987 proof quarters today is shockingly small. And here's the truth that makes this coin so exciting: in the very highest grades, when the strike is perfect, the mirrors are deep, and the cameo contrast is strong, the value skyrockets into six-figure territory. Collectors in the United States are always on the hunt for quarters worth serious money. And the 1987 proof quarter has become a hidden gem because only a handful of examples have been graded at the absolute top by companies like PCGS and NGC. These are coins with no marks, no haze, no imperfections under magnification. They are the best of the best, and when one shows up at a major auction, collectors fight tooth and nail to own it. Think about it for a moment. You could be holding a 1987 quarter from a proof set right now, something most people would assume is worth just $1 or $2. But if it is a flawless specimen, preserved exactly as it left the mint, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. That is the thrill of coin collecting, finding hidden treasures where others only see spare change. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. A genuine 1987 Washington quarter dollar proof in pristine, top-graded condition has been valued anywhere from $114,000 all the way up to $174,000, yes, you heard that right. A single quarter from 1987, a coin that could fit in your pocket, can be worth more than a luxury car, more than years of education, and even more than some homes. It's hard to believe, but that's the reality of the rare coin market when condition and rarity collide. So before you dismiss that old proof set from the 1980s, take a closer look. Examine the surfaces, the sharpness of the strike, and the mirror finish. Because hidden among those coins might be the 1987 Washington quarter that turns out to be worth a life-changing amount of money. Going to reveal the shocking truth about one of the most overlooked modern coins in the United States, the 1988 Washington quarter dollar from a proof set. At first glance it looks just like any other quarter, but stay with me because by the end of this video you'll learn why this coin has the power to change your financial future if you happen to own the right one. The Washington quarter is a staple in American coin collecting. Since 1932, George Washington's portrait has been the face of this denomination, honoring the first president of the United States. On the obverse, you'll see the proud bust of Washington with the word Liberty and the date 1988. On the reverse, the classic American eagle spreads its wings across the coin, clutching arrows and an olive branch, representing strength and peace. But the 1988 proof quarter is not just a regular coin, it is a masterpiece struck for collectors at the San Francisco Mint, carrying the S mintmark. Proof coins are very different from circulation coins. Instead of being struck quickly for everyday use, proof quarters are made with polished dies and specially prepared planchets. They are struck multiple times under higher pressure, creating sharp details, mirrored backgrounds, and frosted cameo designs. When you tilt a 1988 proof quarter under the light, it flashes like a tiny mirror, making it instantly recognizable to collectors, but rarity is where the excitement begins. Although the U.S. Mint produced proof sets in 1988, the number of coins that have survived in flawless, untouched condition is incredibly small. Over time, many proof sets were opened, coins were handled, or they developed cloudy surfaces and marks. Only a few 1988 quarters remain in pristine condition with deep cameo contrast, and those are the coins that serious collectors are willing to pay enormous money for. The demand for quarters worth money has exploded in the United States, and the 1988 proof quarter has quietly become a hidden treasure. When professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC certify one of these coins in the highest possible grade, it instantly becomes a superstar at auction. Collectors know how hard it is to find a flawless example, and when they see one, the bidding wars are intense, driving prices to jaw-dropping levels. Imagine this. You might have a 1988 proof set tucked away in a drawer, something you bought years ago or inherited from family. Most people think these coins are only worth face value or just a few dollars. But if your 1988 Washington quarter proof is perfect, no marks, no spots, deep mirrored fields, and strong frosted details, you could be holding one of the rarest and most valuable modern quarters in American history. And now comes the moment you've been waiting for, the value reveal. A genuine 1988 Washington quarter dollar from a proof set in the absolute highest grade has been valued anywhere from $108,000 all the way up to $189,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A coin that fits in the palm of your hand, struck in 1988, can be worth more than a luxury car, more than an entire year's salary for many people, and even more than some houses. That is the incredible power of rarity and condition in the world of coin collecting. So before you overlook that 1988 proof set, take a closer look at the quarter inside. If it shines with perfect mirrors and sharp details, you could be staring at a six-figure treasure without even realizing it. If you enjoyed this video and want to know which other Washington quarters and modern coins are secretly worth a fortune, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another discovery. Because the next coin we reveal might just be the one hiding in your collection right now, waiting to change your life.